Welcome to my channel. So today we are starting cysts of head and neck, and this is going to be our first video in which we are going to see about the classification given by Scheer. So the odontogenesis happens in this starts at the 6 weeks of intrauterine life. So as we have learned in first year, there are morphological and physiological changes. Morphological is the dental lamina, which will form the bud stage, the cap stage, the early bell stage, and then the advanced bell stage, and there will be formation of enamel and dentin. In physiological, there will be initiation, which will be the dental lamina will come, and then the proliferation, the bud stage and cap stage come in the proliferation. The histodifferentiation, that is the early bell stage, and the morphodifferentiation, that is your advanced bell stage. And then the opposition is lying down of enamel and dentin matrix. These were all parts of, this is how odontogenesis occurs, right? So enamel organ will have formed the dental lamina, dental papilla, the dental sac. So now we are going to learn about cyst, right? So odontogenic cyst represents aberration at some point of odontogenesis and may be intimately associated with the development of certain odontogenic tumors. So what it is? It represents aberration at some point, some stage of odontogenesis, and may be intimately associated with the development of certain odontogenic tumors. What is the analogy? The analogy is balloon of the cyst. It's a balloon filled with water. You can say, don't write this, just some analogy. So you have a balloon which is filled with water. It will be a cyst. We'll learn about the definition of cyst later. So the cyst has three components. Now if you see the balloon, first is the lumen, then you have an epithelial lining and a wall, connective tissue wall to it. Okay. So you have a wall, you have a lumen and a epithelial lining. These are the three components of a cyst. Now the cysts which are common in jaws, it's either due to the presence of epithelial involved in tooth development, so the epithelium proliferates and gives rise to a cyst, or epithelial cell rests. They become active, they proliferate and give rise to a cyst. Impacted teeth of third molar. So third molar has an impacted teeth, the follicle becomes affected and it gives rise to a cyst. These are some of the cysts common in the jaws. Why they are common? So cysts are a common cause of common swelling of the jaw. So if you have a swelling, you will probably think it is a cyst before thinking it's a tumor, because cysts are more common. Kramer in 1974 gave its definition. It says a pathological cavity, it's not physiological. Pathological cavity having fluid, semi-fluid or gaseous content, not created by the accumulation of pus. So it may contain fluid, either fluid of semi-fluid or gaseous content, and not accumulation of pus. Fluid, semi-fluid and gaseous content. It's a pathologic cavity, not associated with pus. It's frequently but not always lined with epithelium. It is frequently lined with epithelium but will not always be the case. WHO classified it into 2005, 2017 and 2022. So it classified into cysts of the jaw, cysts of maxillary antrum and soft tissue cysts of the mouth, face and neck. Okay, these are the three he gave them under in these three headings. So first, if we talk about the cysts of the jaws, cysts of the jaws can be divided into two, epithelial and non-epithelium or pseudo. In non-epithelium, there is simple bone cyst, no epithelium is present. Aneurysmal bone cyst and Stephane's bone cyst. These are the ones we'll cover last videos, in the last videos. And if I talk about the epithelial, there is odontogenic and non-odontogenic. I told you odontogenic is during any aberrations caused in odontogenesis. So it is derived from the enamel organ, tooth germ, or the reduced enamel epithelium, cell rest, or basal cells of the oral epithelium. Any one of these. Okay? And then there is non-odontogenic or fissural. Again, if you talk about odontogenic can be divided into developmental or inflammatory. Okay. Now we come to the developmental cysts. So there can be a long note with classification, so you have to know all of these cysts, all of this classification, which is this. Cyst of the jaws, epithelial, non-epithelial or pseudo. Under epithelial, you again have odontogenic, non-odontogenic. Under odontogenic, you again have developmental or inflammatory. And under non-epithelials or pseudo, you will have simple bone cyst, aneurysmal cyst or Stepney cyst. This is Shear's classification. Now we speak about developmental. So there are 10 cysts you have to learn under developmental. And there is a mnemonic which I just made. So first is OKC. There are other names to it. We'll learn when we learn OKC only. So OKC, then is OOC. Then is dentigerous cyst, then is eruption cyst, gingival cyst of adults, gingival cyst of newborns, lateral periodontal cyst, botryoid cyst, and calcifying epithelial odontogenic cyst and glandular cyst. These are the 10 cysts. To remember this, you remember O de gaya lab coat. O de gaya lab coat. So from O you remove 2 O's, from DE you remove 2 DE. From Gaya you remove to GG. You just consider one G to be. And lab code, lab say you remember L and D. LB. Okay, and code says CG. So OODEGGLBCG you get. From O you have OKC, then OOC. Then from D you have DC and eruption cyst, and gingival cyst of adults, gingival cyst of newborn. From LB you will have lateral periodontal cyst, botryoid cyst. CG you will have calcifying epithelial odontogenic cyst and glandular cyst. So it's a way to remember. Next we have inflammatory and underdevelopmental, which is under odontogenic. So inflammatory you will have radicular, can be apical or lateral, or it is residual cyst. It's radicular is present, residual is present, inflammatory collateral cyst is present, and paradental cyst is present. So these are the 4 cysts which are present in inflammatory. To remember this, remember RRIP. 2 times R and IP. RRIP for inflammatory. Now non-odontogenic or fissural or inclusion cyst, you have the nasopalatine duct cyst, 1, globulomaxillary cyst, nasolabial or nasoalveolar cyst, and mid-palatine cyst or mid-palatine raphe cyst. This is easy to remember. Just remember the nasopalatine, globulomaxillary, nasolabial, mid-palatine and mid-palatine raphe. Most of them are naso and palatine. So it's very easy to remember these cysts. Then you have cyst of maxillary antrum, which is benign mucosal cyst and surgically ciliated post-operative maxillary cyst. This is the cyst of maxillary antrum. Then you have soft tissue cyst of the mouth, face and neck. You either have dermoid or epidermoid cyst, branchial cleft or lymphoepithelial cyst, thyroglossal duct cyst, anterior midline cyst, oral cyst of gastric epithelium. Then you have the salivary gland cyst, which can be mucus retention or mucus extravasation. Mucus extravasation. Cystic hygroma nasopharyngeal cyst, thymic cyst, or parasitic could be echinococcus, which is granulosus multilocularis, or hydatid, which is a dog tapeworm, or it could be Cysticerus cellulosei, poke tapeworm, and trichinosis, which is rat and pig roundworm. Now, all of these we'll learn in later videos, so this you can read for now. But you have to, for the classification, you have to know all of these cysts. So I've not made a mnemonic yet. If I make, I will definitely post about it. Tissue of origin. Now, depending on the tissue of origin, it's also classified. Cells rest of Malassez, there is periapical and residual. These both will have tissue of origin to be cell rest of Malassez. Then reduced enamel epithelium, you will have dentigerous cyst and eruption cyst. Okay. Then there will be dental ramina or rest of serrae. You have OKC, gingival cyst, lateral periodontal cyst, and glandular odontogenic cyst. Then unclassified are the ones paradental and calcified odontogenic cyst. Calcifying odontogenic cyst. If you talk about the cysts prevalence, first the cyst most common is radicular cyst. Second is dentigerous, then is OKC, and then is nasopalatine duct cyst. This is the order, and there is a lot of. But you have to remember the first one to be radicular cyst and second to be dentigerous cyst. You have to remember dentigerous cyst to be the most common odontogenic cyst. Okay, radicular cyst is not odontogenic. Radicular is inflammatory. Remember RRIP. But dentigerous cyst, that is from DE of O lab, de lab. O de gaya lab coat. O de gaya lab coat. From DE, remember this dentigerous cyst. It is the first most common odontogenic cyst, whereas radicular cyst is the most common cyst overall. Okay, if we just talk about odontogenic, then dentigerous cyst. That was it, the classification for today. Meet you next time covering dentigerous cyst. Till then, thank you.